guys, today we're going to be doing a different video where today we are going to be ranking almost all of the abilities in this game. The one I do not have yet is the vampire, but I think once I'm done with this video, or once I get to here, I think I'll have 5,000, since I have 4,955. So without wasting any time, like and subscribe, and let's go right into the video. With the first one being Wind. So Wind has two abilities. The first one is Wind Push. Damage and knock back a player with a Wind Push. Basically just like pushes forward after a quick wind up and then just places like wind that pushes them back, obviously. There's Wind Dash. Use the power of wind to dash in any direction, a small distance. You can do it backwards, sideways, anyway, like TSB. But yeah, that's the Wind. So what I do want to say is that this is, a lot of the characters do have dashing, but I'm glad that the first ability in the game is dashing. I think that this is a really good one because it's very simple and it's free. It's extremely good price, and the Wind Push is just really good. Yeah, it's actually one of my favorite abilities in the game, just because how, like, if I do this right now, that would have hit her, and it would have knocked her off. And it can hit multiple players, and it's really, really good knockback. So it's really, really good, and it's really hard to go against, especially, yeah, so, it's not, like, too bad, like, too far. Like, the hitbox is really well balanced in this game. And, yeah, this is the Wind ability. It, my honest opinion, this moveset's really good. It's very simple, it's very well priced, it has a very good other ability and a dash ability, which is very important in most movesets. And yeah, that is Wind, and we will move on to the next moveset right now. So the next one is Water. Water has two abilities. The first one is Water Explosion, a water repulse that damages enemies around you and knocks them back. Water Step. So basically, Water Explosion, after a quick windup, as usual, they slam their fist on the ground and it makes a huge water explosion with really good hitbox. It can hit as much players as in it. And then there's the Water Step, which is a short water teleport that we can use in any direction, can be used twice before going on cooldown. So this is a 2-use teleportation. It is a teleport, not a dash. It literally teleports instantly. So yeah, let's just go to the gameplay and I'll explain my thoughts on it. Again, Wind was like really, really good. Teleport dashing and even the explosion. But this is the best, the best moveset in the game, hands down. Oh, I forgot to give Wind my ranking. Wind is probably going to get a 9.5 out of 10. It is like third or second best ability in the game. It's really, really good during like wall fights, and Water Explosion is just like unbearably good. It's hit like multiple people, and yeah, it's really helpful. And this is basically like of the game. Some crazy shots with the water. Yeah, I really like it. So it's just a very simple, very well priced 25 minutes. It's really, really good. And yeah, that is for Water. Let's move on to the Fire, I guess. But this cost 25 hits. I thought that Fire was I thought this was Water and this was Fire. But yeah, this one costs actually 50 hits. It's still very, very well priced. And this is the Fire ability next. The first ability is Fireball. Summon a fireball that explodes on impact, damaging and knocking back players. It's basically just like after a quick wind up, it does like the two hands together and then summons a big fireball. Almost like Naruto. No, Sasuke. But anyway, yeah, and then he just makes a fireball that can move on its own and passes through the entire map. I'm pretty sure it can hit multiple players. It doesn't have any fire effects, but it's still really, really good. The next one is Fire Rage. Enter a fiery rage that increases your attack speed and damage against players for a short period of time. After a quick wind up, you go all Goku mode, and then you turn fiery, and then you do more damage and you're a little bit faster. And yeah, that is the abilities for fire. Fire is a really interesting one. I haven't played a lot with this, I'm just trying to get through all the abilities and check them out before this video, so I can just have an opinion on them and try to like use them as much as possible, just to like make sure my right. Yeah, that is really good. Fireball is a very simple ability. It only costs 25. The Fire Rage is a little much of a one, and you can get hit from rage, but it helps you significantly during trying to win and hit fights. And then the Fireball is very, very big and one of the most highest damage abilities in the entire game, and is really, really good. It's probably one of the like longest range and highest damages in the game. And I love this so much. It's super duper basic, super duper underpriced, and it is definitely up there on ability. That's it for fire. Water is a 10 out of 10. It's the best in the game, so yeah, it's a 10 out of 10. Fire. Fire's a 9.2 out of 10 in my opinion. And yeah, let's move on to the next moveset. This moveset is Rock. The first ability is Rock Smash. Lift giant rocks from the ground and smash them together. Any player caught in between will take damage and get knocked back. It basically just after a kind of long wind-up creates two walls, they smash together, and whoever is in it, it knocks them back and damages them. It does like 60 damage, which I'll explain in a second. The next ability is Solidify, or Solidify. Turn into stone, which increases M1 damage and reduces damage taken at the cost of movement and M1 speed. You can change back whenever. Basically, you just put rocks around you and makes you not get knocked back as much, and it also increases your damage from M1s. It just makes you look different, which I'll explain in a second. And yeah, that is it for the abilities, and now let's get on to the gameplay with Rock. Rock is really, really good as well, I'd say. Solidify, I would explain more. It visually looks really, really cool. I like how they use like different parts to make this. The M1s are really cool looking, and you can change back to normal whenever you want. Your speed. You are slow, but these are the two balls that spawn and smash players here. I haven't had a gameplay with this player, but yeah, it's really good. Thinking of, as of right now, I'm thinking. Like I was saying, the Rock Smash is 65 damage, which is ridiculous. It is really hard to hit. It has a big hitbox and it's big, but it is just really. It literally took so much of this time, probably like 45 actually. But I was just saying that. Solidify and Rock Smash work really well together, actually. So you can like change to Solidify, and then when they hit after that, you can change it to Solidify and kill and punish your players really badly. That's it for this moveset. Let's move on to the next. By the way, Rock is, my honest rating about Rock is probably a 9.3 out of 10, just because it visually looks very good and pleasing. The hitbox is really big, just a little bit of wind-up. Highest damage in the game, I'm pretty sure, for an ability, and M1s as well, too. Very well priced. It's just really good, and the abilities just go very well together, and it's just a good pair. Next ability is Ice. Ice's first ability is Ice Spear Throw. Summon an Ice Spear and throw it forward, dealing damage and knocking back players it hits. Spear break on impact. So basically it just means that you throw a spear and whoever it hits it breaks, but it does decent damage and it's very good range, but it does break itself if it is too far. And it does have a probably like a 1.2 second windup. And yeah, that's the first ability. The second ability is Ice Slide. Using ice magic, slide forward on the ground and deal damage to players you hit on the wall. Okay. Typo probably. Hit on the way. Yeah. That's what it meant to say. But, yeah. And basically just, after a quick windup, you slide across the floor, and whoever you hit while sliding, you do damage to. This can hit multiple players, and it is very good. It makes you stop, like plays a little animation after you do it, so it could be punishing you if you miss. But yeah, that's it for the abilities. Now let's go on to the gameplay and explaining. I will say Ice is very interesting and one of the most unique movesets in the game, and it is pretty fun to play, and I really like it. The first thing I want to explain is Ice Slide. Ice Slide just slides, and it does really good damage, and I like how it chains and can hit multiple players. It's really hard to tell because there's no like way to tell that Ice Slide. It's almost unusable. So it's really well. And it's really good against multiple people that might be teaming on you, or lines of people that you can hit multiple and get a lot of hits from. But it is very hard to hit since the narrow but long. And yeah, you have to be careful about how you hit it. You can throw and change it. The Ice Spear is the next thing I want to talk about. The Ice Spear has very good attack. Near the edge of the map, and Ice Spear is just like a very visually good weapon. It is very fun to aim, it's very satisfying to hit. It does decent damage, and its knockback is insane good. Ice Slide's knockback is very good as well. So this this moveset is really good on the edge of the map, and also for knockback. It is very tactical, and you have to be very skilled to use it. Aim and precision. That's it for this moveset. Let's move on to the next. Ice. I'll give Ice a 9.1 out of 10. It is a very good moveset, especially for its price. Ice Slide and Ice Spear throw a very good knockback. It's very tactical, and you have to be very careful with it. But it is very good if you are good at aiming and stuff. The next ability is Lightning. This has 3 abilities. The first is called Lightning Strike. Summon a lightning strike that damages and knockbacks players. It basically just does the push hand thing, like wind burst or whatever it's called, wind burst or something, and it just creates electricity that knockbacks the players heavily. And then that's it for that ability. And the next ability is Lightning TP, teleport. Instantly teleport in any direction for a short distance. It can be used twice before going on cooldown. This is basically just a recolored and re-affected water TP or water dash. And yeah, it's the same thing and doesn't do anything different. And then the last ability is Lightning Power Up. Power up your movement and attack speed for a short period of time. It's very similar to Fire. I think it literally is just a reskinned power up version of it. I don't know how to play, but I guess we'll just move on to the moveset and explain. So Lightning has 3 abilities, which is very helpful. Most of the abilities are reskinned. All of them are. Because Lightning Strike is just the wind burst, Lightning TP is just water dash, and Lightning Power Up is just fire. The only difference between the two the lightning mode, while the fire just Akari, whatever, Goku mode. Yeah, it's basically a combination of 3 different movesets, and those movesets are actually really, really good, and we have already covered all of them so far. So yeah, it was basically just the same here, and it can be very helpful for the ability to and it is very, very lightning power takes wind up, and it can go really paired with the TV. So this is actually one of the best movesets in the game, just because lightning power up is very overpowered, and then paired with TP dash, that is like one of the best abilities in the game, paired with a very, very, very good weapon. So that is it for this moveset. I'm gonna rank it and then we'll move on to the next one. Lightning is actually a lot better than I thought it was originally. So actually this is a 9.8 out of 10. It is almost as good as water. It's just that the lightning strike doesn't have as big as a hitbox as the water burst, whatever it's called. And yeah, that is my final rating for lightning. The next ability is psychic. This costs 350 hits. Oh, and by the way, it's really good price too, especially since it's the 9.8 or so. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, this is psychic, and the first ability is called Psychic Slam. Psychic Slam: grab your opponent using your psychic powers and slam them onto the ground twice. So you just pick them up, slam them, pick them up, and then slam them again, and then they knock back a little bit. So yeah, that's the first ability. Yeah, that's what it does. And then the next one is Psychic Dash. You just dash, but it just has some cool VFXs, or yeah, visual effects that make it look different, but it's the same thing. This one only having 2 abilities, but let's see if Slam will carry. Before we get started, I will say this moveset looks visually amazing. The eyes are the eye thing is a little messed up, but it's fine. The arm looks insane, and yeah, dash, it makes a black hole or something, but not sure. Yeah, that's what it does, and that's it for the dash, and we'll move on to the Psychic Slam. The Psychic Slam is actually a very interesting ability. It's very unique. It has decent range, and slam them very and it's also like a combo extender with your hits. I will say Psychic Dash is a bit beneficial, just because you become basically invisible for a few seconds and can trip out your enemies. That's why I think Psychic Dash is the best dash in the game, in my opinion. Yeah, Psychic Dash is a lot better than I originally thought it was too. But the dash is really good, and the Psychic Slam can be a really good combo extender. So, the main focus of this character is cloak and combo extension, and that is it. We will move on to the next one. So first, I will rate the psychic abilities a 1 out of 10. A 9.6 out of 10. Psychic is really good. The pair of combo extension and invisible dashes is very, very good. I think the dash distance is a little bit farther, and the visual effects can obviously trip them off and like trip them. They can trick them and make them confused of where you're at, and it can be very beneficial to you. And yeah, that is my final rating for the psychic abilities, and now we'll actually move on to the archer abilities. The archer costs 400 hits, which is decently priced, I think. I don't know how it is, but we will see. The first ability is called Rapid Fire. Rapidly fire arrows that damage enemies. The final shot is a powerful arrow that knocks enemies back. So basically what you can do is you can shoot 2 on one person and make them stand still for a second because it stuns them, and then do it to another person and it pushes them back. 2 of them stun and 1 of them knock back very far. This is very good for strategy. It can be used for teamers. And then a dash to either dash back and use that ability, or dash forward and use M1s. M1 distance is a little bit farther just because of the animation, and they wanted to fit the hitbox with the animation so people would get mad. So yeah, that is it for the archer, and now we will move on to the gameplay with it. Pokey pokey. Alright, whatever. So this looks visually like cool because I love pixelated art. And it just has really cool visual effects that when shooting the arrow, the windup is a little faster, I think. So that can make combo extension very, very good. Rapid fire has really, really good range too. Like, that's really, really good range. And I'm lagging terribly, but let's ignore that. But yeah, this ability, the first ability is Archer Dash. It's basically just the same as any other dash, except like psychics and the teleport dashes. But the other ability, which is Rapid Fire, like I said, stuns twice and does one big. The distance about here to here, and that's a very decent distance for a projectile. The windup between each one is 2, and it does really, really good damage. The ability does. Let's move on to the next. The Archer ability, it only has one good ability. The M1s are faster and have longer range, and the ability is really, really good, especially for teamers, like I said. The dash is pretty normal, and there's only like one ability, basically. But dash is better than no dash. So this will get a 8.5 out of 10. It's not as good as the other ones, but it is very good with Rapid Fire carrying it a lot. And also just like the M1, M1 buffs. And yeah, that is it for the Archer. Now let's move on to the Slime. The Slime abilities, looks like that. And the first ability is the Slime Ball. Summon a slime ball that explodes on impact, damaging, knocking back players, and slowing them down. It's basically just Fireball, but slows them down. That's about it. Which is better than Fireball, actually. So Fireball's already good itself. And I know that it does a little bit less damage than Fireball, which makes sense logically. But yeah. The next ability is called Slimed. You increase jump height for a short time. You basically just get like slime bodied or slimed, and then you be able to jump higher and also knock back other players that are close to you, which I've learned while fighting against one. So yeah, that is it for the explaining. Now let's explain more. So yeah, slimed, it's much like fire and electricity mode, except it's a different mode. It has different benefits, like jumping and knocking back. I like the visual effects when you get hit while having the slime mode. The slime ball is really, really good, especially against people. I just really like the slime ball. Now I'll try to land one real quick, and then I will explain the slime ball. The Fireball is already an amazing ability, so extra slowing is even better. Same distance, same function, same animation, same hitbox, different color. I don't know if a different texture, but maybe. But yeah, the jump high is really good. So if you can like fake out an M1 with them, because most people don't know the timing of it. And yeah, it even knocks back more than fire. That is it for that ability. Now let's move on to the next ability after we rank this ability. This ability is an interesting combination. I'd say that slime, slime ball or fireball is not aimable, so you can't like do it downward. So I mean, slime's not very helpful unless you just want to predict their M1s and then punish them. Slime ball is very good though, and it carries it a lot. Like what do you call it? Rapid fire. But slime ball is definitely one of the best abilities in the game, besides like the water burst and moveset that we have not moved on to. But anyway, yeah, that is the slime abilities. I will rate this an 8.2 out of 10. It's not as good as all of the other ones. It's just that the slime ball and slime ball look good together, because you can't even aim the slime balls, so it's kind of pointless to have slime unless you want to predict them. The next one is ninja abilities, or ninja. The first ability is called Sword Strike. Perform a precise and powerful forward strike, or sword strike that deals high damage and knocks enemies back. It basically just like, it starts from here to here, or no, here to here, but it teleport dashes basically, and then just like slices. So it's like, shing, and then it slices through the enemy doing damage. I don't remember if it knocks back, but I'm pretty sure it does. Oh, it literally says right there. It knocks them back pretty far then. But it's really, really good. The next one is Smoke Bomb. Throw down a smoke bomb that makes you almost invisible for a short period of time. Movement speed is increased during this. So they could have just said translucent, so they had more space. But yeah. So you turn translucent after like a 0.5-second wind up. Then you're faster, but even when you get hit, it doesn't cancel it like it used to. But they updated it. But yeah, it doesn't cancel if you get hit. It's actually pretty hard to see them. One time I was like using Retro Fighter, and I did not even see them at all. So yeah, that was pretty terrible, and I got punished badly from it. The next ability is called Gourd. I didn't know how I didn't realize this, but there's 3 abilities on this one, which is a very beneficial thing. Usually. Yeah, the third ability is called Gourd, or Guard, or whatever it's called. You drink special medicine inside the gourd that will heal you for 15 HP. So you after a pretty long windup, actually, you drink this medicine that just heals you a little bit. This can be helpful during fights. If you're slashing and drinking it right after, then you'll get health, and you're not technically running away. You won't get hated for it. So that's enough explaining for the ninja. Now we'll get on to the moveset. Again, the pixelated style. I think the abilities from now on are very pixelated styled. I like the way this looks, and that's the gourd thing right there. It kind of looks like, what's his name? The guy from Naruto with red hair. He has it on his back, a giant one. And from Naruto also, they drink water out of it. It also plays this really cool visual effect that like I've never seen before, and it's really satisfying to hit and one with it. The wind up is a little bit longer with this because it's slashing and punching, which obviously punching is faster than slashing. So yeah, that is the M1s and the visual looks, and there's also sound effects, obviously. So the first ability is Smoke Bomb. After a quick wind up, you turn almost invisible, and you can trick survivors other players, and also speeding you up a bit. So yeah, if someone's trying to run away from me, I can just smoke bomb. Sometimes they can't even see me, and I don't know why it turned back to normal, like I'm not translucent anymore, because when I was attacking me, when someone was attacking me, I wasn't turning back invisible. Haven't actually used gourd yet because I've not had any time to, because I'm getting attacked. And I know this is like a free-for-all game, but still it's really annoying when just 5 people randomly. I am technically really late, but it's a free-for-all. What do you expect? So I'll use gourd, and yeah, after a long windup, then you get health. And Sword Strike has decent distance and decent damage. This is a very unique moveset compared to the other ones. There is no dash. This is like one of those movesets that don't have a dash. Which Sword Strike you could technically count as a dash, but it has a longer cooldown than normal dash, so that is kind of annoying. But it's a dash at this damage. Do that, then you also get very brutally punished. So yeah, that is the ninja abilities. What I will rank this. So let me explain real quick. A little bit longer M1s, a bigger hitbox for M1s though. Nice visual effects, nice sound effects. A healing and invisibility potion basically, and a dash, but not the dash you would think of. So a dashing damage, which is really good, but no like actual dash. That'd be cool if there's an actual dash instead of like gourd or something. But it is nice to have an ability that has healing, but it doesn't really help since it's only 15. But the cooldown's not that long, so you could get HP over time. And then yeah, there's a smoke bomb, which you can become faster, and you're translucent, so that can help during chases while this person's running away, and you can catch up by using sword strike and smoke bomb. So yeah, this moveset, I'm not really good with it, but if you are good with it, it's definitely like a 9 out of 10 on the spot, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm not good at it. If I was ranking out how good at it I was, I'd give it like a 5. But if you're really good with it, it would be like a 9 out of 10 moveset. The next moveset is Brawler. It's only having 2 abilities. The first ability is Down Slam. Using your hammer, slam the ground and deal damage to nearby players. So you just lift up your hammer and slam onto the ground. It does decent aerial damage, and it has a very kind of long windup, but you cannot be knocked back, and it cannot be cancelled while using it, which is good. You can charge at players for a actual long duration, knocking them back and dealing damage. So it has no windup, and you can just run for like 7 seconds. And then you can knock them back and doing really good damage, and also combo extender. I will say the M1s are longer, but they have better knockback and better damage. Make a longer windup. I'll show you. So first, this is the first ability, that has a double-handed weapon. It visually looks amazing. There are visual effects that look pretty good. There's special M1s that go right, left, and down. Yeah, so the first ability, without any wind-up, you charge for a very long time. And yeah, the M1s are a little bit longer, but they have really good range compared to other abilities. You can kind of move while using down slam, so it can be very helpful in certain situations. So I'll do down slam. And it does really good damage and can hit multiple players at the same time. So yeah, I charge, then I hit that, and then with down slam is off now, and I could use it again. So this is a very well balanced and good set. One of the most fun to use actually, just because of how much like combos and stuff you can do, and the M1s are extremely satisfying. It's really good in this game. Oh yeah, before I go on to the next moveset, I'm going to rank the Brawler. So, like I said, it's very well balanced. The M1s are a little bit longer, but are very rewarding. Down Slam is also very rewarding, can hit as much players are as if are in it. That was hard to say. And then Charge has no wind up, first off, and then second, it runs as fast, like faster than normal speed, and hits players. You can only hit one, but still it does really good damage, like 25 to 30, and Down Slam also does like 27 to 30. So that's a Brawler. In my opinion, I'll give Brawler a 9.2 out of 10. It's very fun to use. It has very decent ones, and visual effects are very good, and visual effects and SFX. So yeah, I love this moveset. It's very fun to use as well. So actually, that's 9.3 out of 10. One of my favorites in the entire game, fun-wise, is the Pirate abilities. This costs 1,000 hits, so we will see if it's underpriced or overpriced. First ability is called Bomb. Launch a bomb in front of you that detonates in a powerful blast, damaging and knocking back anyone who within within its explosion radius. Okay, so you basically just, after a quick windup, you get slowed down dramatically, and then you throw a bomb in front of you. That's not bad distance. It's about 6 studs in front of you, and has very good radius. I'd say for a bomb, and then yeah, it just slows you down, so you're like that slow while throwing it. The next ability is Pirate Dash. Use the power of when to dash in any direction. A small difference. A distance. Basically just a dash, normal dash, nothing else to it. The last ability is the cannon. Equip a cannon from your back and fire it forward. The blast damages and knocks back any player in its path. Equip a cannon from your back is a bit weird, but there's actually a cannon on your back. That's pixelated, obviously. But, yeah, it just shoots a cannonball that is on fire, and it actually has very good range, and it does explode, and knocks back any player in its path, like it says. Alright, enough of the explaining. Now let's move on to the more explaining. So, Pirate moveset has a little bit of a wind-up for M1s, but this visually looks really cool. It gives me like a game that I can't say because I forgot what it's called. But yeah, like I said, there's actually a cannon. If you were wondering, this game, you should definitely check this game out. It's pretty freaking fun, especially later on. At first, it might not sound very good, just because the first thing yeah, this is like one of the best movesets and one of the most fun movesets in the game. If you have a cannon, you cannot be stopped by the cannon. It is very, very good. Like I said, that doesn't count, but it shoots about 6 studs in front of you. So, yeah, that's that bomb, and then the cannon can go pretty different. If it's from up high, which I'll show you, if it's from high up, then it lunges down, doesn't even stop in the air. So it does that, and it goes down like that. And yeah, that's about it for that moveset. It's actually pretty freaking good. It's very good, very fun, and the M1s have visual effects that I didn't explain because I didn't realize it. But it has a little bit of wind up. I'm not sure if it works more, but the cannon does really decent damage, and the bomb is decent distance, and also does damage as well. That's it for Pirate. Let me rank it, and then we'll move on to the next moveset, which is the beam abilities. Pirate has the bomb, which is really, really good for a combo extender. So like hit, then bomb, and then they literally knock back to 6 studs. So that would be perfect for a bomb. And then when they're knocking back, you can use cannon. And then while they're in the air, the cannon will shoot and it will knock them off the map if you do it correctly. This is like combo extender and like very, very good for distance abilities. All the abilities are designed for distance. Bomb has distance. The bomb does. Pirate Dash, you dash, so distance. And the cannon has really low distance and also curves down if you do it from up top. So yeah, that is it for the pirate abilities. I will give it it is very, very good. I'll give it a 9.7 out of 10. It is like one of the best movesets in the game. Probably like 5 or 4. I don't know. Alright, the next ability is the beam abilities. The first ability, it costs 1,150 hits. The first ability is called Trinity Burst. Shoots 2 projectiles and finishes with a beam that damages and knocks back players. This is actually very similar to the rapid fire from Archer. It's just that it shoots little like balls of like fire around it, and it like 2 like stun, and then the last one knocks back very far. Like rapid fire. The next ability, you cannot be stopped while using it, by the way. You charge up a giant beam that damages and knocks out players. Like I said 2 seconds ago, when you're using it, you cannot move, but after like a medium length windup, then you through the beam. It has decent distance, and also you can't be hit like while using it, like I just now said. So yeah, this is the beam moveset. I'll see if it's overpriced or underpriced again, and we'll go again. Alright, so like I said, the first ability is the big beam that you cannot be stopped while using it. It does like about 40 damage, like almost as much as those walls. Again, it's very, very good. And yeah, we will just do this. And we'll use Trinity first. So yeah, shoots 2, doesn't knock back, and that giant like yellow bottle is knocked back. That's it for that B moveset, and we are going to move on to. Sorry if I was just making sure my mic was all the way up, but yeah. So this ability is it worth it? Yes, it is very worth it, actually. I'd say it's worth like 1,000. Yeah, about this much. 1,350. Just because Big Beam cannot be stopped while using it, it does 40 damage, and then Trinity Burst is like 35, which is really, really good, and it's very easy to hit, I'd say. Even if you miss the first 2, you still have a 20 damage ability, which is really insane. So it's not as punishing as some of the other abilities. So in my opinion, this moveset, I mean, it only has 2, it doesn't have a dash, but it's fine. But these 2 abilities are really, really good. If it had a dash, then it would be a 9.5, but just because it doesn't, it's a 9.3.5. I know that's extremely specific, a 9.3.5, but I didn't know what to choose between 9.4 and 9.5, so I just did 9.3.5. The next ability is the Night abilities. The first ability is called Night Cut. Upward slash, sword slash that deals damage to players. It hits and knocks them back. So basically, it just does an upward slash, and it makes like VFX, and then it just has a decent okay range, and it knocks back the killer more than a normal M1, and it has a quick windup, which is really, really good. And people can be mistaken from it as a M1 and think it's an M1, but it's actually a decently ranged Night Cut. The next ability is just a normal dash called the Night Dash. Dash in any direction of short distance. Above average cooldown. I almost didn't read it because I thought it was just the same thing, but it's a little bit higher cooldown, so that's a little bit interesting. The last ability is called Night Block. This is one of my favorite abilities in the game. A timed ability that will block all incoming attacks for the duration of it. It can almost block all abilities. So first off, I'm a guest main in Forsaken, so I'm really good at this. And second of all, this ability is really cool in general, and I like the VFX added to it. So that's enough explaining the abilities, and let's explain how they work and how I think of them. In my opinion, visually and soundily. So first off, we got a shield. I mean, how would we block without shield? And then we got like a sword, pixelated style, of course. Yeah. So this is the King Dash. It looks normal. It's the same thing as like the normal dash, like the default dash, but it does have a 2-second, 2 more second cooldown of a dash. So yeah, the M1's has a little wind up. I think all the weapon movesets do that. Because it's fair. I think it actually does the same amount of damage. It does a little visual effect when hitting, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, so there's Night Dash. Then there's Night Cut. See, they can take it as that and then cut them, which does decent damage. And then yeah, you can block, which I completely missed because it was trying to attack me. No. And act like we're AFK, I guess. He's smart. I can't laugh or cough. This allergies, bro. Anyway, yeah. Night cut looks cool visually, and it's lock. Yeah, it does that. And it doesn't look any different, but it doesn't take, I don't take any damage, and it also stuns the enemy for a few seconds, so they don't get, like, their hit back. So yeah, that is the Knight moveset. We'll break it, and then we'll move on to the hero. So it got a dash, which is really good. It got a defensive ability, and also an offensive ability. So the offensive ability has decent range, it has a decent wind-up, and that's about it. Except the fact that you can trick players into thinking this is a normal M1 because it looks very similar to the third M1 of the regular M1 animation. The second is dash. I mean, it's just a dash and nothing different. Except the little bit higher cooldown, which makes sense because it's a really good moveset. And then one of my favorite abilities in the game, Night Block, is the defensive ability that I was talking about. It doesn't have, like, it's like a 0.5 second wind up. And it's very helpful during teaming because it can hit multiple players at the same time, stunning them and then getting a free hit out of them. It can be very helpful. You just have to time it and make sure that they don't fake you out with it, depending on how good they are, like that guy did with the slime ability. So yeah, in my opinion, this ability is like a 9 point. That's so hard, actually. A 9.3 out of 10. A lot of them are getting, like, in the range of 9 points, just because, like, all of them are very decent movesets, in my opinion. But I actually haven't tried out the shadow ability, so you just have to bear with me, and there's no description, so, yeah, just bear with me with that one, because I haven't even used it yet, because I got it, mid-recording. So the next ability is the hero abilities. You need 1,500 hits for this. This is what I use for hits regularly in water or retro fighter. But the first ability is Laser Eyes. That gives you 13 to 15 hits using it. And basically you just fly into the air and use a laser beam from your eyes. This ability can be aimed and will constantly damage players. So I know how this visually looks. You jump in the air and you're flying. While you're flying, you're shooting lasers, and if you hit like all of it, it does like 60 damage, and it's super duper good and really overpowered actually. And they can't even get to you because they're in the air. So yeah, but you can miss it, and it could be kind of annoying to miss. And it does show like scratch marks for like the molten effects from the Laser Eyes, which is a really cool effect that I like that they added. But anyway, the next ability is the dash. It's just a normal dash, but nothing different like the higher cooldown like the Knight, but it's literally just a normal dash. And then the third ability is a super punch. A super punch using flight that knocks enemies back and damages them. So it basically just steps back a little bit and then goes forward. And it's like the wind burst, but it dashes. So it's like a dash wind burst, and that's about it. So it's just like a combination of that. And this wind push. That's what I was meant to say, not wind burst. But anyway, so yeah, enough explaining about it. Let's move on to the actual gameplay. All right, so this is the next moveset, which is the hero. Yeah, there's a normal dash. I will say these abilities are like the best pair ability in the game. So yeah, the dash wind burst or the wind push. Look at the Laser Eyes, bro. Like, genuinely look at the Laser Eyes. I missed some of it, but see how, like, the molten, it literally did, like, half damage, and I missed some of it. So you can see that guy. But yeah, these abilities are very well paired. Wind push is one of the best abilities in the game. So paired with a dash is, like, almost unbeatable, basically, and unescapable, unless you suck at aiming like me. But, yeah, so he sucks at aiming too, so he missed that completely. So it is very easily dodged behind them, and they get disoriented, and they don't know where you are. And it's very hard to turn, kind of, and the sensitivity is really high while using it. Unless you, like, change your mouse sensitivity mid, but, yeah. that's basically all the explaining for the ability. So dash, push. It's literally just a push, but just a dash at. Oh my god, it's exactly the same. And then there's the laser eyes. That laser eyeing them also stuns them, by the way. So yeah, that can be very helpful. When you go down, you can hit them after they're stunned from laser eye. That's it for the hero. Let's rank him, and then we'll move on to the next moveset, which is one of my favorites, or the most fun to use in the game. Maybe it's this one, but who knows. Anyway, this one. So, very good combination of abilities. We got a dash, another dash with a punch, which is offensive and also offensive, and then laser eyes, which does 60 damage if you hit it like in total. So this is one of the best movesets in the game. 9.9 out of 10. I'm already gonna give it that because I've used this a lot for grinding. It's a very good combination, like I've already said 3 times because I'm stupid. But anyway, yeah, you use a super punch, and then it has good knockback. Laser eyes don't have knockback with stunts, and then dash is just normal dash, which is really good to have in a moveset. This is one of the most unique abilities in the game. This is the Retro Fighter, which is the next one. This is worth like 3,000 by the way. But this is the most fun in the entire game, in my opinion. Unless it's this, but probably not. Yeah, the Retro Fighter has a Retro Fireball, which you summon a Retro Fireball that explodes on impact, can be aimed and used in the air. So yeah, so you can use the retro jump, when I'll explain in a second, and jump into the air really, really high is what it does. And then you can use the retro fireball to aim down. So this is why I like the retro fighter more than the fire, because it's actually aimable. So that's very helpful to know that. And then the second is the uppercut. Perform a powerful uppercut that damages and knockbacks player. It's not like a jump up uppercut like this. It jumps, but it's not like super high up. It's just like that. That's how high it goes. But it does that, and then uppercuts, like spins around. It does really, really good damage and knockback player really goodly, or wellly. And then if you do the retro jump close to a player, then it damages them. It does like 15 damage, by the way. So you can jump up to the air, do retro jump. So yeah, jump up, retro jump, and then fireball. Then when they're on the ground, do uppercut. That's about 85 damage right there. So yeah, that's this definitely the best comboing one we had so far. But yeah, we'll see if it's good or not, and is it worth 2,000. Which I already know the answer to this, but I just want to show y'all the play stuff. So that ones are a little bit different. It's a little bit laggy looking because they want to fit like the retro vibe. So you can do retro jump. Oh, I missed it. That's what the uppercut looks like. And then you can jump with the fireball, which I suck at aiming, like I said. But yeah, so retro jump to get up, and then you can. Fireball does insane knockback, which I did not remember, and has insane damage too. Yeah, this is very fine. So you can literally just shoot small on purpose, and then hit multiple things with the retro fireball is like 1.5 times better than the normal fireball. So this is definitely getting the highest ratings ever in the game. So yeah, that is it for this character, and let's move on to the next one. And let's rank it first, and then we'll move on to the next. This is the best comboing abilities we had so far. But you can just do so much combinations with it. The cooldown of retro jump, you can jump up to high places, and then jump back down and hit them. Or you can just do it to jump up to high places to get to where people are that you're chasing, that are running away. You can do an uppercut that pushes them upward and also knocks them back. And then while they're in the air, you can do a retro fireball that literally pushes them halfway across the map. And you can also do the fireball mid-air and retro jump and do the uppercut mid-air to get higher distance. Then do the retro fireball if you want to do it from far away. It does more damage than the original fireball, and also can hit like 5 people at the same time just because of the explosion. So yeah, this is the Retro Fighter. 10 out of 10. It's just like best comboing, like one of the best abilities in the game, and it just has so much good impact and damage and stuff. So that is it for the Retro Fighter. This, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do Vampire, but I will read the description after we do Shadow. But yeah, we'll just move on to Shadow, which is, first one is Shadow Ball, question mark, question mark, question mark. The second one is Shadow Dash, which I'm assuming is just a normal dash. Question mark, question mark, question mark. And then Shadow Slam, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. I've never seen someone use Shadow, so this might be interesting. Alright, enough talking, let's move on to the gameplay with the Shadow moveset. See, like I said, I've never used these abilities. They have no description either, so that's not very helpful. That is not what I expected. So Shadow Dash, again, makes you completely invisible and does higher distance than normal, I'm assuming. So yeah, you can stop it while dashing, which is very helpful too. So look, that is more than normal, right? And it makes you slightly faster while in the dark. It's worse than the running away for some reason. What just happened? Wait, and then Shadow. Whoa. What the heck? So it just like makes like a freaking long windup. You can't be like, it can't be canceled. But you slam your hand to the ground, knock them back, and then it makes like a black hole. You slam them into a black hole, which does extra damage. If you can hit like 10 people in that, you'll get like insane hits. I didn't get a really good look at Shadow Ball. So it's just a recolored fireball. Nothing different actually. But Shadow Slam. I know what Shadow Slam is. Shadow Slam has the same animation as water, just extended. Like, it is exactly the same. You slam into the ground, it's the exact same animation, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Shadow Dash, you're invisible, which is really good. And you do higher distance. And you're invisible for a second after using the dash. Shadow Ball, Fireball is already a really good ability, so having it with another good ability is insane. This is a 3 ability moveset, which is good too. This is just like one of the best abilities in the game. And yeah, and then you can even hit them without actually hitting them with them. So yeah, that is the moveset Shadow. And that's it for the video. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I spent a lot of time editing this and recording this, and my throat is really hurting from talking so much, and I've had no breaks, so yeah. And I'll make a part 2 when the update comes out, and I'll be grinding, so I can show you the Vampire and all the new ones coming out, and when the curse comes out too, which I know because it's early access, obviously. And I'm not buying these just because $20 for each one. So 20, so $40, $10, $40, $10, 40. So wait, 10, yeah, that's 10. So 10, 15, $55 for movesets. That's ridiculous. So no, I'm not spending $55 on that. But that's fine. But if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Like I said, I spent a lot of time working on this. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully I entertained you because YouTube sucks now. But yeah, anyway, see y'all later, and ball on, guys. Boom.